Now let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ plus story for today. I'm Reverend Robert Hadley, and let's queer up South Florida. A Florida judge rules the First Amendment does not protect queer books in schools. The authors of Tango Makes Three, a children's book about gay penguins who raise a chick together, have lost their lawsuit against Florida's Escambia and Lake counties. The school boards of those counties removed the book from the school library, citing inappropriate content. The lawsuit claimed the schools violated First Amendment by banning the book. However, U.S. District Judge Allen Winsor said the school libraries don't apply as forums, and therefore curation of books doesn't impinge on First Amendment rights in schools. In the ruling, October 1st, Winsor wrote, "Even if a book curation is not in the government speech, the board still wins in the merits. When the government decides which books to choose, it is not creating a forum for others to speak. It is not otherwise implicating plaintiffs' First Amendment rights. The author's plaintiffs, however, no First Amendment right to have speak library, and the student plaintiff has no First Amendment right to receive author plaintiffs' message to the library." The director of American Library Association Office of Intellectual Freedom, Deborah Caldwell Stone, argues that libraries in general are considered public forums for receiving information. She agrees school libraries are designated to serve a limited community and are open to the public, but stated it is correct to say the school library is a kind of non-public forum, but doesn't mean it is the intended audience or the user of the library loses First Amendment rights, or elected officials or administrators are no longer obligated to act in conformity with the First Amendment. If there's a viewpoint of discrimination going on there, that's the one thing that's always forbidden in any government under the First Amendment. In defense of this other book bannings, the Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has cited legal doctrine of the government speech, or the governor's right to present its own viewpoints without the need to provide equal time, platform, or opposing views. First Amendment is under attack again. In a way, libraries are not the public forum. The writer can write what they want. Should it be in a public library? Again, I think that's the school board can decide that. But it is, the book can be out. Can it be in a school library? It's weird that it shouldn't be, but this judge, I don't think the judge is wrong in this. It's a shame that it happens, and particularly in Florida, where we're all under attack. That's what I'm not happy about. But it's a fun book. Do you ever read it? It's a funny book.
Yeah. Vaughn?
No, I don't think they should have any right to do it, because this, when I see the title, queer books, I'm like going, what defines a queer book? And we're talking about two dads raising, basically dads. I'm sorry.
Literally.
What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that in this culture today? There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, when you think about the fact that they banned Maya Angelou, when you think about the fact that they've banned other books, Anne Frank, right? Also, books that have been pivotal to teach us about a history that we weren't a part of, right? And trying to erase it right then and there. This one infuriates me because banning a children's book about penguins who love each other and foster a chick. All right. This isn't about protecting kids. It's about erasing queerness everywhere and our visibility. You know what I mean? Nowhere in the book is it sexualized in any way. Folks sexualize everything we do. Everything, even a kid's book. So when the courts say that books like this, don't deserve a place in schools, they're saying that our stories don't deserve a space in schools either. And that's not law. That's censorship.
Censorship. It's also capping off somebody's creativity. Like two penguins and a chick. That's cool. That's creativity in writing. Why is it such a big deal? No, you're not going to go talk to two penguins at the zoo. And if you do, then check yourself somewhere. No, but
good point, right? It's loosely based on a true story of two penguins who loved each other. You know what I mean?
Adopted, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's something that's pretty much normal, I would think, at this day and age. If a kid was going to school, I mean, a lot of kids these days have same parent relationships that they have. So it's not something that's, unheard of. Yeah. We have it here in Florida. This is just the government just basically, dictating what should be taught in schools. That's really more or less. They don't want an expanded version of what our world is. They don't want to hear the different choices. They want it to be black and white. And that's really what it's about.
Well, they want it
Some
to be
people
white,
in this
more
world,
white, more-
yeah,
More white.
exactly.
It's interesting because the penguins are black and white, so you would think they would like this story.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I had to say this because we actually had kind of this conversation going to the gala the other night when we were driving down to Miami, and it was like we were talking about the animal kingdom, and you think about it, it's like 80% of the animal kingdom is homosexual.
They're fluid, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like horses, mammals, all of them. So it's
Like,
like,
you wanna
hello,
cuddle? You wanna
this
cuddle?
is
Let's
truth.
go.
This is truth. I mean, this is our animal kingdom that they're talking about that. What's wrong with that? Nothing.
hi, dolphins. Miami, Florida.
Well, that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.